Welcome to class 12 children. Let's come to have a discussion on probability. As we have discussed in 11th class about probability, so many points we discussed, and we started our discussion with random experiment, sample space, and events as subsets of sample space, and then types of events, simple event, compound event, and operations on events, and then axiomatic approach of probability, and finally we concluded our discussion at the point of addition theorem of probability. Now in 12th class we will continue our discussion on probability in the following subtopics. The first one is conditional event and its probability. The second one, multiplication theorem of probability. And third one, probability of independent events. And then theorem of total probability and Bayes theorem, random variable and its probability distribution. Of course, random variable and its probability distribution has been removed from the syllabus due to the pandemic situation of COVID-19. Let us start our discussion with conditional event and its probability. Let's go to define what is conditional event. Let capital A and capital B are two events associated with sample space S. Then the event A, when event B has occurred. I repeat, the event A, when event B has occurred, is called conditional event, and it is denoted by A oblique B. Here A oblique B means the event A, the occurrence of event A when the event B happens. There is a condition that happening of event B is the condition on the happening of event A. Here we are not speaking about event A when the sample space happens. We are speaking about event A when event B happens. Now let A and B are two events associated with the sample space S. Then the event B when event A has occurred. This is also called the conditional event, and symbolically we denote it by B oblique A. So event of happening of B when event A happens. So these are the two conditional events. First one is event A when B happens, and second one is event B when A happens. So look at this diagram. This rectangle is representing sample space, and this small circle is representing event A, and red color circle is representing event B. Now some portion of event B is entered into event A. That means because of event B, event A might have happened. If you look at the common portion of A and B, that there is some red color portion entered into event A. That means event A has occurred because event B has occurred. Similarly, look at this diagram. Event B is red color and event A is green color. Now event B, within the event B, the complete event A is there. Here also you can understand event A happens because event B happened. So we are going to measure the probability of happening of event A because of event B. That means we are going to measure the probability of conditional event. So for the conditional event A oblique B, event B will be the sample space. Because we are putting a condition on the happening of event A, the condition is happening of event B. So event B will be act as sample space for the event A. Let's see one example. In tossing 3 fair coins, let capital A be the event, at least 2 heads appear, and capital B be the event, tail appears on the third coin. Then the event at least 2 heads appears when the third coin shows a tail. E is a conditional event and it is denoted by A oblique B. Here A stands for event at least 2 heads appear and B stands for event at least here event A at least 2 heads appear and event B tail appears. So we are going to define event of at least 2 heads appear when there is a tail in the third coin. Similarly, if you go to second example, a die is thrown 3 times. Let capital A by the event 4 on the third throw and capital B with the event 6 on the first throw and 5 on the second throw. So there are 2 events we very clearly we define, and let us go to define event A oblique B. Then the event 4 on the third throw when 6 on the first and 5 on the second throw has already occurred. So we are speaking about getting 4 on the third throw when there is a 6 in the first throw and 5 on the second throw. So that is A oblique B. So in that way we define conditional events, either A oblique B or B oblique A. So there must be 2 events. One event is A, another event is B. Sometimes B will be the condition on A and sometimes A will be the condition on B. So let us have a look at on the figure probability of conditional event. Now we have defined conditional event with the help of 2 examples. So let us go to understand the concept of measuring probability of conditional event. So let rectangle represent sample space and capital A representing an event, capital B representing another event. Now if you clearly observe, the common portion of A and B is represented by A intersection B. So let us go to measure the probability of A when B happens. Here the condition on A is B. So let us look at first B. This circle is representing B, and it has occupied some area of event A. That area is represented by A intersection B. So we are measuring this space. We are measuring this space A intersection B over the space of B, because this space is a common portion between A and B. So because of B, now A might have happened. So in order to measure the probability of conditional event A when B happens, we measure the portion of A intersection B over the portion of B. Therefore, probability of A oblique B is given by number of outcomes that comes in A intersection B over number of outcomes that comes in B. As we discussed earlier, the event B will act as a sample space for the event A now. So therefore, probability of A oblique B is given by number of outcomes in A intersection B by number of outcomes in the event B. So in that way, we define probability of conditional event A when B happens. So probability of A when B happens is given by number of outcomes in A intersection B by number of outcomes in B. That formula can be modified by just dividing number of outcomes in sample space to the numerator and denominator. We get n of A intersection B by n of S by n of B by n of S. Now the numerator n of A intersection B by n of S is equal to probability of A intersection B, and n of B by n of S is equal to probability of B. Therefore, probability of A when B happens is given by probability of A intersection B by probability of B, provided probability of B is not equal to 0. So we are having two formulae for probability of conditional event A when B happens. Those two formulae is, one of the formula is n of A intersection B by n of B. This is in terms of number of outcomes, and this is another formula in terms of probabilities. So it depends upon the situation that we have. Whatever the situation, what information we have, according to that information we use the formula either in terms of number of outcomes or in terms of probabilities. Similarly, we define probability of B when A happens is given by number of A intersection number of outcomes that comes in A intersection B by number of outcomes that comes in A. Otherwise, in terms of probability of B when A happens is given by probability of A intersection B by probability of A. So these two formulae we can use for measuring probability of conditional event. So let's come to understand more clearly with an example. So example goes like this: given that capital E and F are two events such that probability of E is equal to 0.6, probability of F is 0.3, and probability of E intersection F is 0.2. And we are supposed to find probability of E when F happens, and similarly probability of F when E happens. Here we have given ready-made information. We have not given any situation. Ready-made information is given to us. We need to just apply the formula and we need to substitute the values in the formula. So, this is given to us. Probability of E is 0.6, probability of F is 0.3, probability of E intersection F is 0.2. Now we are going to find probability of E when F happens. That is given by, as per the formula, probability of E intersection F by probability of F. So everything is ready-made information given to us, just we need to substitute so that we get it is 2 upon 3. So probability of E when F happens is 2 upon 3. And similarly, probability of F when E happens is given by probability of F intersection E by probability of E. So everything is ready-made information. So we just need to substitute and we get it as 2 upon 6. That means it's 1 upon 3. So therefore probability of F when E happens is 1 upon 3. Probability of E when F happens is 2 upon 3. So this is a clear-cut example where ready-made information is available. Now let's move to another example where we may not have ready-made information. We have to extract the information by the help of situation that is given to us. So let's move to another example.